Commander Marcus Chen's vision blurred as he stumbled through the frozen wasteland of Kyber 7. Blood seeped through the makeshift bandage on his side, staining the white snow crimson with each labored step. The betrayal still burned in his mind. His own second-in-command, Lieutenant Voss, had sabotaged the mission and left him for dead on this hostile moon. The temperature gauge on his damaged suit read -40 degrees Celsius. His oxygen reserves were critical. Marcus knew he wouldn't last another hour in these conditions. But something deep in his human psyche refused to let him simply lie down and die. That stubborn spark, that defiant refusal to surrender, had carried humanity from the caves of Earth to the stars themselves. His legs finally gave out. Marcus collapsed face first into a snowdrift, the cold embracing him like a lover's final kiss. So this is how it ends, he thought, alone on an alien world betrayed by one of my own. But he wasn't alone. Through the haze of approaching unconsciousness, Marcus felt something warm press against his side, then another warmth on his other flank. Small bodies, furred and insistent, pushed at him with surprising strength. He tried to open his eyes, but his frozen eyelashes resisted. "Wake up, human." The voice came through his suit's translator, high-pitched and urgent. "Wake up, we found who hurt you." Marcus forced his eyes open. Surrounding him were 6 creatures, small, bear-like beings covered in thick silver fur. Their eyes glowed amber in the dim light of Kyber 7's distant sun. These were the Urski, the native sentient species of this moon. Federation protocols had strictly forbidden contact with them, as they were considered a developing civilization, not ready for galactic society. You can speak?" Marcus croaked through his suit's external speakers. The largest of the cubs, though even she barely reached his waist, tilted her head. "We learned. We watch, we listen. The metal skins come and go, and we learn their words." She pressed her paw against his wound, and Marcus gasped. "You are dying. The cold one, the traitor, we saw him hurt you. We saw him leave you." "Voss," Marcus whispered. "His name is Voss." Another cub, smaller and with a distinctive white patch over one eye, chittered in what the translator interpreted as anger. "He took your flying den. He spoke lies into his talking stone about you being dead. But you are not dead. Not yet." The cubs worked together with surprising coordination. They dug into the snow around Marcus, creating a depression that offered protection from the biting wind. 2 of them pressed against him, sharing their body heat. Another disappeared into the frozen landscape, returning moments later dragging something that looked like dried vegetation. "Warmth moss," the lead cub explained. "It burns slow. It will keep you alive until—" She paused, her ears swiveling. "Until we bring you the traitor." Marcus's mind struggled to process this. "What? No, you can't. He's armed, dangerous." "He'll kill you." The cubs exchanged glances, communicating in a series of clicks and growls that the translator couldn't parse. Finally, the leader looked back at Marcus with those luminous amber eyes. "You do not understand, human. We are Urski. This is our world. We know every ice crack, every snowpath, every hiding hole. Your traitor is loud and blind in our home." "But why?" Marcus asked, confusion and hypothermia making his thoughts sluggish. "Why, help me. Your elders, the Federation protocols, we're not supposed to make contact with your species for another 50 standard years." The white-patched cub made a sound like laughter. "The elders say many things. They say stay away from the metal skins. They say do not learn the stranger words. But we are young. We are curious. We watch and we learn." She moved closer, her warm breath visible in the frigid air. "We learned something important about your kind, human." "What's that?" "You fall down. You bleed, you hurt. But you always get back up. Even when you should stay down, you rise. We see it in your history stones, the data we steal from your camps. Your species has survived ice ages, plagues, wars, the death of your own world's nature. You are named humanity, but you might as well be named defiance." The lead cub's ears suddenly perked up. In the distance, Marcus heard it too, the whine of a hoversled engine. The cubs melted into the landscape with practiced ease, leaving only 2 behind to keep Marcus warm. Minutes later, they returned, dragging an unconscious Lieutenant Voss behind them. The man's expensive cold weather gear was shredded in places, and his face bore the marks of Urski claws. Superficial wounds, Marcus noted. They could have killed him easily but had chosen restraint. "We brought the traitor," the lead cub announced proudly. "We found him at your flying den, trying to make it work. We made him sleep like you taught us when you thought we were just animals watching from the shadows. Marcus stared at the small creatures with newfound respect. You used a nerve strike. Where did you learn that? We told you. We watch, we learn. Your training exercises, your combat drills, we see everything. The white-patched cub sat beside Marcus, her tail curling around for warmth. Now what, human? What does your justice demand? Marcus activated his emergency beacon with the last of his suit's power. Now we wait for rescue. And we explained to a lot of very surprised people that first contact with the Urskai happened a bit earlier than planned. The lead cub made that laughing sound again. The elders will be so angry. Will they punish you? Marcus asked with concern. Perhaps. But they will also be proud. She looked up at the stars beginning to appear in Kyber 7's darkening sky. We proved that we are ready. Ready to stand with the Metalskins. Ready to join the great Sky family. Her gaze returned to Marcus. And we learned the most important lesson about humanity. What's that? That when a human falls, they do not fall alone. And when a human is betrayed, they do not seek revenge, they seek justice. These are things worth learning. Worth becoming part of. As the rescue ships descended through the atmosphere hours later, their searchlights illuminating the impossible scene below, Marcus smiled despite his pain. The Urskai cubs had taught him something too. That humanity's greatest strength wasn't their defiance or their resilience. It was their ability to inspire those same qualities in others. First contact hadn't gone according to protocol. But then again, the best things humanity had ever accomplished rarely did. The cubs surrounded him as the rescue team approached, small guardians standing watch over their human, their bridge to the stars. And in that moment, Marcus Chen knew that the galaxy had just become a little bit smaller, a little bit warmer, and infinitely more interesting.